I will be fleshing out a strategy doc for a random X user live on camera right now. From the whole process of researching this person to consulting with AI to find the right video ideas based on what is working in that person's particular niche. Let's dive right in. So I had my eye just yes after yesterday's video. I had my eye on this particular guy, Logan. But forgive me if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. I follow him on X and I see he posts really good content around helping founders and businesses combat with LinkedIn. Sorry. So I was walking up and about on YouTube the other day. I was trying to find something in that same niche. I thought, okay, since he's very, very active on X and his LinkedIn, he definitely will have like sick content to push forward. Like you have sick content on his channel where he's actively explaining what he does and how we can help founders. But upon finding his channel, I was disappointed to see that that's not the case. He has not been active on his channel for a few months now. He has not posted in a while, and I'm pretty sure the performance of his channel will be dwindling. Even if I cannot see it from the front end, he's the one with the access to the back end. You can clearly see his analytics if you wanted to, and I'm pretty sure it will be showing that his performance will dwindle as he has not been active on his channel for a while. So not to not to use this as a form of outreach or anything. I just want this to be a teaching process between myself and my viewers. So I will go into his channel now. I will show you exactly what his channel looks like right now, and it will come up with a strategy. I don't know how long it will take or so. I would advise you take as much time as you can from whatever you're doing to sit and let's see what we can do till the end of this video. Let's go. So first things first, I would search him on YouTube again. I was searching for someone else yesterday. That's the search result. So Logan, it should even come up on my suggested Logan. But now we wait for it to come up the search result. I think yes, this is the channel. He has 347 subscribers. I will wait again for it to load. Okay, we are in. So Logan got 347 subscribers, 30 videos live. Let's check his description. Channel description teaching LinkedIn content and outbound to be owners and founders. He has links in here. Not bad for a channel description. I'm not particular about the description. So since he already explained clearly what he's doing, he already explained what he's doing clearly in just one sentence. That's good enough. So let's take a look at the videos he has posted. Okay, on his own you can see I think that's the top video. 1K views in 8 months. It posted 8 months ago. How to sign clients on LinkedIn, full LinkedIn outbound, full LinkedIn outbound training, how to sign clients on LinkedIn, full LinkedIn client acquisition training. Then we have the third video here, the best LinkedIn funnel for founders and executives. Oh yeah, I think this is a what should I call it? Like that's his web page. I checked out his landing. Oh, sorry, I meant landing page. I checked out his landing page a while back. I think he's just giving an explanation of what's the VSL on his landing page for this video. For this video seems like a win. So let's check other options. Okay, a year ago, 304 views. 4 months ago, 3 views. Yeah, this is from 4 months ago, 63 views. This A year ago 304, a year ago 265 views. Let's see. Now, to avoid wasting much time on just the home videos, let's dive directly into his videos panel. So, okay, he has a dope. What should I call this? He has a dope channel banner. So let's move on to what really concerns us, the video and the content he has on here. So the last time he posted was 3 months ago, and it was, I think it was a case study video. So how this LinkedIn post got 90,000 plus impressions, and the one before that was 4 months ago. So there was a 1 month, there was at least 1 month gap between the most recent video on his channel and the second most recent video. We have the third most recent video, which was also posted 4 months ago. Okay, then we have, so it shows that he has not exactly been consistent with his posting. It seems like he just comes on when when he is free. Not that he has a system, a process that helps him ensure he stays consistent. As for me, I did this because, as you can clearly see, I recently just started taking my own channel serious myself. Not like I wasn't, but I posted for a short while, like on a sport for a short while. But then I stopped after I exhausted the ideas in my head, and I went to do my research, and I came back and I discovered, okay, there is a smarter way to ensure you stay consistent on YouTube. And what I did when I came back, because currently I am on my second method, which is what I mean. So let me tell you the first method I was using just up until last month. What I did then was, okay, I have a bunch of video ideas. I did not try to enforce a particular schedule on myself. When you watch video of a lot of agency owners and several content strategies, they tell you to post at least once a week, but they don't tell you how to prepare for that. The whole idea of posting once a week. Some people feel like, okay, if I'm posting once a week, I have to wait until this week to prepare the video for this week, or to start researching the idea for the video for this week. And next week, then I have to start researching for the idea for next week video. And I have to wait next 2 weeks before I start looking for the idea for the next 2 weeks video. That's what most people do, and they tend to burn out when they try to carry that out systematically. But the smart thing to do is this: ideas are not something that just come up every time you are looking for them. Sometimes you find ideas, sometimes you immediately sit down, find free time. Don't wait. Do not wait until the week you are supposed to post. If I'm seated here today and I have 4 ideas, I get 4 ideas, I'm immediately jotting them down. Sorry, I am immediately sorry. I am immediately jotting them down. Once I have them jotted down, I'm immediately looking into the book. Maybe if I'm busy during that period, okay, I just make sure I jot down the ideas so I don't forget or they don't disappear on me. Then when I'm free during that day, or maybe the second day, no later than the second day, I immediately start diving into getting the books right for those ideas. Then I come up with a rough thumbnail concept. I start that somewhere. Then I start looking at the title ideas. No, I haven't even started looking at title ideas. As soon as I have the book down for those 4 ideas, I record every 4 idea at a stretch. Once I do everything there at that moment, I record everything. Once I have the hooks written down, I record everything. I turn on my camera and I make the video on each of the 4 at that moment. Once I'm done with that, then I start looking at title ideas. Then I come with the title ideas. I immediately work on the thumbnail. You might be thinking, doing all of this will mean you put every other thing you are doing, you're supposed to do, you will mean putting it aside. But that's not the case. If you spend just a week working on 4 different ideas, that means you will have more than enough content to post for the week that comes after that, and the week that comes after that, and the week that comes after that. So just as much as possible, as much content as possible as you can do in a moment, do it. Then you start scheduling it. So once I have recorded all of these videos, I have the thumbnail down to, which is the final part of everything. I have the hook. I have the hook. I have recorded. I have the thumbnail concept down. Then I start working on the title. Once I have the title down, then I go back to working on the thumbnail and finalizing it. Once I'm done with all of that, and I start scheduling each of these videos. start scheduling each of these videos. If I pick a particular day in the week I post, which is on Thursday, 8 p.m. West African time, my local time. So 8 p.m. my local time. That's when I post. So assuming by the time I finish all these preparations, I am able to post this Thursday. I'll start scheduling from next Thursday. If you're posting weekly, every fucking week, that will mean you have content for next Thursday, you have content for the Thursday after that, you have content for the Thursday after that, and you have content for the Thursday after that. That's for different Thursdays. And I'm pretty sure by before you exhaust all of these videos, all of this content you just scheduled, you would have come up with at least one more idea. So when you come up with another idea, do the same thing, another idea, do the same thing, do the same thing. Don't wait until it's a week, like until it's the week you have to post a video, then you start running every skelter and trying to look for a particular video idea. The fact that you are looking for video ideas exhaustively, I mean, forgive me if that English is wrong. The fact that you start looking for video ideas afresh and the pressure of the deadline is on you. Imagine you want to post on you will be posting weekly on Wednesdays and you're just looking up and around for ideas on Monday. The deadline itself will be putting so much pressure on you that you feel exhausted and you eventually burn out. There's no way around it. So that's the first method I have been using, and with that I have been able to schedule content since I think since March. I've been able to schedule content all the way down to September. So and I've added to that every time I came up with a new idea, I've made sure I added to that using that same system. The second system I came up with just until last month. Did I say last month? It's just last week I started using this system. I I was lucky enough to meet a friend on X, and the guy told me, "You, I understand that you are a native English speaker, but your English still is not clear enough. Do something about it." Then he gave me some videos. In those videos, in those videos, after watching it, I decided, okay, let me practice speaking every morning. So I used that the fact that I was trying to practice speaking every morning and I just did not want to rant about things that did not make sense. So I decided to use the opportunity to complete the biography of Steve Jobs that I was reading. Then since I finished reading this biography and I don't want to start a new, what should I keep doing? Then I thought to myself, okay, why not start a brain dumping session, just like in writing, a brain dumping session is just like taking a pen and just writing whatever comes to mind, no matter how stupid or silly it might seem. Brain dumping session is, but instead of using a written brain dumping session, I decided to do a verbal brain dumping session. So what I did was I wake up every morning, I open my camera, then I just start talking about anything and everything that comes to mind. For the first day I just wanted, then I realized that instead of using this in, what should I call it, in a less useful manner, because me doing that verbal brain dumping is training my voice and training my English, but that's all it was doing. And I will just be talking about random topics that would not be useful to my service and my offer. So I thought, okay, instead of just talking about random topics, let's look at ideas for my content I could talk about. So I did that last week. I did that on Tuesday, I did that on Wednesday, I did that on Thursday, and I did that on Friday because I finished the judge biography. No, I finished the judge biography on Sunday when I did the first conducting session, which was me ranting about rubbish and rubbish on Monday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I just opened my camera. I have an idea bank, so I just go through the idea bank a day before, then I look at something that should interest me to talk about the following day. So I just look at it. I will come up with a hook if there is a need for it, and that's all I will do. I just come up with the hook if there is a need. If I feel like there is a need for the hook, that's all I will come up with. Because sitting down and saying I want to just start coming up, I want to be coming up with title and coming up with one new concept at that same time when I'm not even ready to post it will exhaust me. So I just come up with a hook only. So that's what I did. And I think I only used two hooks last week because I felt like me reading off the screen just made it seem robotic. So I stopped that. So when I collected all this content from Tuesday to Friday, last 4 days, I took everything on Saturday and I started editing each and every one of the videos I recorded, the brain dumping session, like I said. I started editing and editing that. So, but unfortunately, I was only able to use three of them because I felt like one of them was kind of like wasn't good enough. So I dumped it. I used those three. I edited those three. Then after I finished editing. I started coming up with title concepts and finalized the title. Then I moved on to the thumbnail. By night four, which was by night four, I was done with all the thumbnails, and I started scheduling every of these three videos. My own posting schedule is two videos. Um, 2 videos a month. There's a 2 week space between each of the videos I post because I discovered that posting once a week for someone with the resources, with resources as short as I have, it was exhausting, very very exhausting, and I burnt out more than once. So I decided, okay, let me adjust my schedule. The factors around me and the resources I have will be accommodating. So on Saturday, I was able to schedule 3 new videos to my existing content, which leads me back to what what we are doing right now. So, like I said, this dude Logan, he only comes on when maybe when he has ideas or maybe when he's free to make video about things. But that shouldn't be. You need to figure out the right system to ensure that you're consistent. Like I said, even me talking to you right now, this is 18 a.m. This is okay. I already told you at the beginning of the video that this I'm teaching you guys live on how I strategize for people. I forgot the exact words I used, but I believe at this point you already understand what I'm trying to say. So this is one of my brain dumping sessions I am using to create content right now by creating by teaching you live how to create strategy for your channel by using Logan as an example. So once I'm done with this whole video, I will schedule it by Saturday. I will collect it with every other video I've done in the week, and I'll schedule it out. There's that. So first things that has to do is figure out the system. But before we get there, there are some things we will jot down. So we've seen his channel. We see that he has not been consistently posting. It tells us that he doesn't have a specific schedule he's following to stay consistent. His thumbnails, another thing we can notice is his thumbnails suck. They're not particularly they're not optimized for clicks or even scroll stopping. His titles too could be improved. But one thing I feel will be the main his main objection right now to getting on YouTube is maybe he does not have good enough ideas because even the titles and the way the videos are, they look like okay, he just felt like let me make a video about something. He didn't even have a specific idea in mind. I was okay, let me make a video about this specific idea. It just felt like oh, I haven't posted on YouTube in a while. Sorry about that. It felt like I haven't posted on YouTube in a while. Let me just make a video about something and he made these videos, just click on his camera and do video. It's not a bad thing because that's exactly what I am doing also. I said I just switch on my camera and start talking about something. But in my own case, I already have something in mind I want to talk about. I have my mind prepared for the fact that I want to dive into this particular topic. I want to teach this particular framework. So that's the difference between I mean, between me and myself. I'm not sure I'm using the correct pronouns, but I believe you get what I'm trying to say. So, this first thing you want to do is list out the problems you believe you are facing. First thing I'll do here is I would name this doc after a control A. So I'll select everything I name. Let's just name it Logan T doc because he uses this T very well. I think maybe that's his middle name. So let's give it a little bit more of the name. So I call it strategy doc. So the first thing we did is the first thing we did we noticed exactly the problem. So like I said, he's lacking a consistent posting schedule, lacking consistent posting schedule. And from what we've seen on the channel, we see that he has terrible ideas, terrible ideas, terrible video ideas. His thumbnails also suck. Thumbnails, sorry, thumbnails titles suck. So I think this is the major problems facing his channel right now as to why he is unable to go on YouTube or why he's able to stick to posting on YouTube. The let's see, the most important thing here as a strategist is first figure out what is a posting schedule you'll be able to stick to, and if you're a fellow strategist, you have to figure out what is a consistent posting schedule your client or prospect will be able to stick with. Most agencies are out there, they say post once a week. Yes, it's easy to post once a week since they are not the ones handling the post production by themselves. All they do is just record off the scripts they are sent. So once a week for them there is easy because they have an agency handling every other thing apart from the fact that they are recording. But if you are dealing with someone that is working on their own, you just need a strategist to push them in the right direction. One thing you have to sit down with them on the call and ask them, okay, since you're the one in all this by yourself, if you're working with an agency, all you need to do is record maybe within 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 50, depending on the length of the video you are going for. You just need to record and then you push everything up to the agency, they handle the rest, nothing. It is no longer your business, it is no longer your edit. But since that is not the case, you will be handling everything by yourself. Maybe they are doing the editing themselves, maybe they are doing the thumbnail design themselves. So or they are outsourcing the editing to a video editor, but then they still need to be in contact with the video editor to ensure the video editor gets everything right. They will still need to do the video checking by themselves. They will still need to do the audio checking and every other thing that has to do with the production by themselves. They still need to communicate with the thumbnail designer by themselves. They still need to present corrections. They still need to share their thoughts. So this means you have to be more involved. So the first and most important thing is figure out first solution, first solution, solution. Figure out a posting schedule that works for you or all your clients. Here you have to determine, is it once a week, is it twice a week? You have to determine, you have to determine if it is 3 times a week, once, once a week, twice a month, or once a month. This is your first job as a strategist, or this is your first job as someone looking to make strategy for your channel. You have to figure out the posting schedule that works for you. Weigh your current situation, see how busy are you, how busy are you not, which posting schedule works with you that does not clash with every other activities I need to do. Because if you're a business owner trying to do this by yourself, you still have a full business you have to attend to, you still have customers you have to attend to, you still have clients you have to attend to, you may still have sales calls you need to take, you may still have your staff you need to put through things, you still have management activities you need to oversee, maybe operations activity depending on how large your business is and how involved you are as a business owner. So these are things you need to consider. Once you figure this out, next thing to do is, okay, let's look into video ideas we can talk about. Next thing, look into second solution would be, so look into is, look look into video ideas or just simply research video ideas. Research video ideas. So yeah, since you're just starting out, I am assuming you're a business owner that just wants to start out. You want to research video ideas. But first thing you want to do before you start researching, you have to come to the realization that you have you have infinite resource. Since this is the first time you are starting out, you have a lot of resource that is untapped. Hmm? And you have case studies. Your framework is still very much new to the market because nobody has presented it to the market, seeing as this is just the first time you want to start out. You have to first be conscious about all this. The start video idea starts with being conscious of the resources you currently possess. It starts with being conscious of the video idea resources you currently possess. In this case, there is a common mistake most agency owners make this around this this solution area, like researching video ideas. They tell you that since you are just a new person to starting a channel, you should immediately go into similar a niche. You should immediately figure out your niche and go directly into your niche and search what exactly is currently working there. If you let's say you're in the meta arts creative niche now, and this is the first time you're coming on YouTube, yes, you follow the idea of the typical agency owner you on YouTube and you're going researching in the niche, you're going to find different video ideas. I mean, you're going to find different videos. Some will be about making creative, some will be about your ad account, some will be about updating your ad account to stay in line with the current security update or the current YouTube updates or meta updates, all those things. But then this gets you stuck because you wouldn't know which video you want to start with. You but then you immediately hop into copying what other people are doing without understanding how those people came to the conclusion that okay, today I'm making this particular video about this particular topic. Tomorrow I'm making this particular video about this particular topic. Next tomorrow making this particular video about this particular topic. Which is why I said before you immediately dive into going into the niche and figuring out what is working for other people, just because these people have been in the game longer than you've been, the first thing you need to do is you have to be conscious of the video idea resources you already possess yourself as a current business owner. As a current business owner, when you're starting a business, I mean, when you want to start a channel, no, should I say when you want to start a channel? When you're onboarding a client for the first time, how does the whole process start? The process starts with maybe the initial outreach, then the person hopping on the call, then after the call goes the way you want, okay, the person agrees to your services, then you start doing the onboarding process. There are a bunch of questions you are going to ask that person about their own business, maybe where they are stuck, what's the bottleneck, what are they trying to solve. You answer these kind of questions, then okay, you move from there, let's say you move to solving their problems, and you cannot solve all their problems all at once. You are going to solve their problems step by step. You They have a huge chunk of problem, but then you need to break each of their problems to down to the atomic level. You want to solve them atom by atom so you don't end up crashing everything for them even worse than their bottleneck might have been. So don't, as a business owner looking to grow on YouTube for the first time or looking to improve what is working on your channel, don't don't let the first thing you so don't let the first thing you do be going to copy what is working. No. Let the first thing you do be figuring out the posting schedule. And the second thing you do is research your video idea by being conscious of the video idea resources you currently possess as a business. So, like I said, you figure out your prospect or your client's document, then you break it down into pieces. Let's say their current problem is selling from like 100K per month to $1 million per month. This is an hypothetical scenario I am creating for you. Okay, you want to research your video idea, so you start by okay being conscious of the video idea resources you currently conscious of the video ideas resources you currently possess. Okay, let's say When you're starting with the client, you've onboarded the client, you ask them all the questions. So the first thing you do, okay, you introduce your framework to them. I think this usually happens on sales calls. You would introduce your framework to them in a manner that you are not in a way that you're not giving everything away. They still feel like there's something more to this. They want more. So the first thing you do is introduce your for the onboarding and dealing with your client. The first thing you do is introduce your framework to them. So first thing in your business on the norm will be one, introduce your your framework to your prospective client, to your client. Two, you figure out their bottleneck. This is still a hypothetical situation, the scenario I'm pulling up for you guys. To figure out their bottleneck, out their bottleneck. And like I said, you cannot just take all of their bottleneck and solve it at once. You still need to break their bottleneck into parts. Okay, like I said, um, example, their bottleneck is scaling from 100K per month to $1 million per month. Scaling from 100K per month to one $1 million per month. The next thing to do would be to take that, even their bottleneck, and still break it down to pieces, break it down to the atoms that exist. I've never scaled a business from 100K to $1, so I don't know the exact process that it involves, but I've seen a lot of YouTube videos. They talk about figuring out their current ad spend, figuring out what their like overhead profit is compared to figuring out their profit, the ratio of profit to revenue, then figuring out their total operations spend, like how would I say it? How much does it cost to run the business? Figure out how much they are paying their staff, the staff, right? What do they call this? The payroll, figure out that. Then you look at the apps or solutions they are using, things that could go cheaper, or then you start introducing automation. So you have to break it down. That's what we do. Step three, break down their bottleneck into different parts, into atoms. Break down bottleneck into atoms. I feel like I'm derailing right now. Like we are not diving deep into Logan's system. I'm giving you a new hypothetical scenario, but please bear with me. We will soon dive into Logan's channel crisis. But I am just trying to do this to ensure that you get exactly what I will be doing for his own channel when I start. I want to ensure you understand this as much as possible. So you grasp what I'm doing on his own channel without just saying like I am performing magic Bacabra type stuff. So break down bottleneck into atoms. So in this case, if you were to break down this scaling to atoms, break down this scaling scaling grammar into atoms. So like I said, what is current ad spend? What is current ad spend? What is current operation spend? What is current operation spend? What subscriptions are they spending on? What subscriptions are they spending about payroll? Payroll. Most of the time when these scaling guys look at payroll, they are usually looking at payroll because they're trying to find who is not supposed to be here. Who are you paying that is completely unnecessary? Like whose role can you automate? Which is what they're usually looking for along this line. Because we're not talking about automation, we're talking about YouTube strategy here. I would not want I won't dive deep into all that drama. So payroll. So let's assume this is all you. figured out from breaking down what to make to action. So this is now where this then we move on to the fourth aspect of coming up with of researching video ideas. This is where you now research similar to successful competitors to be exact. This is where you research them in your niche on YouTube. So you move on to researching your sorry, I meant successful competitors. Don't just go and research any competitor because they may not be successful. So you only want to copy successful people. Research successful competitors in your niche or YouTube. Why am I still why do I still need to research successful competitors in my niche since you already said I should not since you already said I have all the video resources like I have a bunch of video resources I should start out with them. What do I still need to know from these guys? If I'm not just taking what they are doing and slapping my name on it and my face and my own title on it. So it's just well, what you need to do is yes, you figured out your clients, your client or prospects bottleneck. You figure out their own. Um, you introduce your framework to them. So now, once you've gotten all this, you're going to figure out how it's your business. So you're going to figure out how exactly you're going to solve all of these problems for them. All these new outcomes of the bottleneck, you're going to figure it out. It's your business, that's your job. So once you have figured that out, you are not going to go and research successful competitors in the niche because then you want to see presenting this, how they are presenting this their own information to their viewers. You people will have similar video ideas. It is a given since you are in the same niche. But then you want to see how they package it, how they write their title on it. You might even look into what their editing looks like. So that's the whole essence of researching your competitors. It's not just to go and copy their ideas and just slap you know you need to first understand you need to understand how good you are in ideas and frameworks and success stories which is case studies then you will now figure out your job when you go and research or your competitors to help you figure out how you want to present yourself to the world. You are not just to copy exactly what they're doing like this is supposed to use them as inspiration to figure out okay this guy is presenting as a talking head video. Okay, why is he doing a talking head video? Why is he not doing an animation for his videos? Okay, this is the reason why he's not doing an animation. This is why it's a talking head video. Okay, when he does his thumbnail, the thumbnail is facing this side. The thumbnail is using this particular contrast. The titles are okay. This kind of titles. This is the format he uses in coming up with. That is what you want to do. That's what you want to figure out. The first thing you need to do is first understand yourself before then you decide to understand how these people are communicating their own selves, how they are communicating themselves to the viewers or the general addressable market. No, the total addressable market. I just picked that English recently of X. Who was it? I think was it Decimal Black? Was that Alex? Or was it Red Jam? It was one of the top guys in the space in the content agency space that use this TAM, total addressable market. So process your original ideas and you see how the competitors are presenting it to the viewers. Then you want to like grab inspiration and you want to copy their own form of presentation because since you're just starting out, if you're a business owner that's just starting out, for someone that is trying to fix your problems, you want to figure out how to fix why your channel is not performing well. You want to see how these guys are presenting, then you apply it to how you present your own original ideas. So that's that. Let's move back to our main subject of this video, which is who is who is Logan? English is hard. Forgive me if I'm wrong. So the first thing you want to do, like I said, we figured out all his problems. Let me put this at the top here. Problems. These are usually the main problems when it comes to coming up with strategy for video for businesses trying to come up on YouTube. Then we started looking into solutions. So figure out the constant posting schedule. I have not spoken to Logan, so I cannot tell exactly I cannot tell him exactly, okay, this is the posting schedule you should use, or I cannot ask him, what are you currently using? Why don't you try this? Or I've never even heard what he has to say, and he's like, okay, this is a particular posting schedule I can follow. So this, or the first solution part on figuring out the posting schedule and giving you the different type of posting schedules you can come up with based on how business schedule is, or how light your own business schedule is. So after doing that, you move on to the second solution, which is searching to. It has a lot. There is a lot. Like, yeah, it has numerous different parts. So I just use this four. I broke it down to this four parts. Sorry. Second solution is searching video ideas. So I broke it down into these four parts. Even in that part, some of these parts still contain more parts in them. So, like in the case of figuring out the bottleneck, then in case of the breaking down the bottleneck into atoms, even after you figure out the bottleneck, you start to break down the bottleneck. And breaking down the bottleneck means you still come up with, you want to research successful computers in the niche. So this is what we'll be doing right now, coming up with video ideas. But since I do not have a direct connect with this guy, I'm just I'm just really following him. I'm just following him on X. So we'll go on his X page and see what we can come up with on what he actually does, what exactly he does. And from there, if you don't, from there we move on to his LinkedIn and see what we can come up with from also looking at his LinkedIn. So I will search for his profile on X right now. Let's go where we are on X. So Logan, okay, Logan T. So his description says the LinkedIn guy, LinkedIn GTM funnels for SaaS and AI companies, founder at God Content, co-founder at Stripe. Okay, then he's a Christian. So the founder booking, the founder booking taxi calls. I saw this the other day. I saw this article the other day, but I just felt the wrong, so I did not read it. So let's see. Let's first look at his post then before we look at this article. So he has this. Here's this post he posted 9 hours ago. How I get LinkedIn to actually push my post. The first 60 minutes after posting decide everything. That's the window the algorithm watches. That's the window the algorithm watches the engagement. So the second is reply to every early comment fast and ask a question back to keep the thread alive. More comments plus longer conversations it as people care and pushes the post to a much wider audience. That's how a post that should have died as 150 views ends up in front of thousands. Sorry about that. So this this actually I call it, this particular speaks into how you can increase engagement for your post. So you're already getting, by looking at his tweets, you're already getting insights on what he's talking about. I can decide to start jotting this out because from each of these tweets you can get at least one idea. So let's do this. Ideas from tweets. tweets from tweets. So let's go in Logan. How I get LinkedIn to actually push my post. So I would copy this text. Like I said earlier, we would use AI in this process. We will use AI in this process. So we're copying this tweet to eventually feed this into Claude or ChatGPT to get to notice pattern and get video ideas from there. So wow, why is this not clear? Let me see what I can do here. It's coming in as I'll fix the color of the text, put it on black. So here, so that's one tweet. I think we should just work with about 5 tweets so you can get the idea of your gist of coming up with ideas for your channel based off of existing content that your prospect or you yourself might have already. If you are a business owner, what I would say you should do is look at what you have, build video ideas from that. Like I said, you have sales calls, objections, you have the frameworks and everything. You could just easily feed that to AI and ask it to pick patterns. But before you do that, I would like you to sit yourself and start. and brainstorm yourself. You yourself sitting and looking at all these things, you can come up with a few ideas. At least you should be able to come up with 10 from everything you've done for your clients over time. At least you should be able to come up with 10. And those 10 are valid ideas. You that's if you're posting weekly, that's content for at least 3 months. Yeah, that's like 3 months and one extra week. So for your sales calls, I said you should first sit for each of the type of resources you have, be it sales call, see how many ideas you can generate from that yourself, from what other person that sorry, my head is kind of running really fast right now. For the scaling part, sit, come up with different ideas yourself, raw, like using just your brain. For success stories, you try to come up with this by yourself. Then after you come up with all these ideas yourself, then you can now feed each of all these resources into AI and ask it to generate video ideas out of it. One thing I would tell you, you would see me, I will do it in the next few minutes, is don't just take everything AI gives you for just that. Just don't believe that because AI is the one that gave me it is completely valid and you said no. After AI has given you all of these ideas, sit down and start canceling them out. Look, okay, if I were to talk about this particular idea AI gave me, what would I talk about? If you can't think of what to talk about, cross it out. You need to still use your brain. Don't just ship everything to AI and expect it to start performing well. No, it does not work like that. Once AI gives you an output, you feed AI your input, it gives you an output, you still need to sit and start critically and actually judging the output AI gives you. Don't just take everything AI gives you for gold and start working with that. No, your brain, in the end, the AI still needs your brain to function properly. So let's move on to another tweet. I'm trying to get to clear. Yeah, he posted this. Okay, okay, this is the one that we posted earlier. Got on a call with the okay, he's sharing his experience in this tweet. Got on a call with the head of the go-to-market at a Series A AI company yesterday. He's posting twice a week, completely winging it, no strategy, just thinking of stories to tell, and it has worked. He's already pulling 5 sales calls with a week off it, which is exactly why I was worried about it. Because here's the fact: when you are winging and getting results, you draw the most dangerous conclusion possible. That winging it is the strategy. He did his best post did 100K impressions, a creative one of about what buyers in the place actually care about, and then he told me the quiet part. It's hard to keep doing those. So to avoid wasting your time and reading all of this looks like a really good source of ideas. I will copy I will copy this tweet also. I'll also copy this tweet. After we copy this, since this is a very long tweet, there might be like 5 ideas to come out of this. I will go to I will go to the article now. After I copy this tweet, I will go on to the article. So I hate when X does this. When pasting from X does this black thing. Let me see if I can fix this by okay, as white space. No, 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 no. Black space. I think it is okay. So I'm going to fix this right now. So I think okay, yeah, there it is. I fixed it. So let's take a look into the article. After I'm done with the article, I will go to his website because to be honest with you, the website is a hidden gem for video ideas. Just even sitting in front of the website and looking through all the copy and every case study and everything there. It is a hidden gem for video ideas. Sorry if I'm not using the most recent English landing page. Like most gurus call it now. So let's call it landing page. Landing page is a hidden gem for contact unique video ideas. So when you're coming up with your video ideas, do not fail to look your landing page. Never ever overlook it. And if you feel like you if you take a look at your landing page and you're still unable to come up with ideas from your landing page, feel free to reach out to me via my email address. I will leave it in the descriptions there. You can always chat me up if you have a problem with coming up with all of this, and we'll see how to come up with the right strategy for your channel and your business. So let's let's go to the article. Back to X we go. So I'll try to see. Okay, the founders booking articles per month from LinkedIn. 30 plus calls a month for LinkedIn, all do the same 5 things. So just even the title itself is a video idea. You want to do, you could make just from the title itself, you could make an idea from the title itself about the founders booking articles per month from LinkedIn. So let's say a good title around this would be the 5 things booking these founders 30 plus calls every month. That would be a good video title idea, but let's just like winging it right now. So let's take a look. It's still loading. It's trying to loading. So okay, post. Okay, it is detailed. Post 6 to 7. This that. Okay. So to avoid wasting your time and reading everything, I will just copy it. I would normally sit and do this manually, but I do not want to do this manually. To avoid wasting your time and for you to see my thinking process. But let's just do it. Let's go the easy way. Let's use AI to find the pattern and come up with video ideas. Then I will show you exactly how I am cancelling out all the ones that do not make sense. How I do not just believe whatever AI tells me because it is AI. So let's copy this article and paste it onto our existing doc. So I will not start from there. I think yeah, I'll still copy the title. So I'll start from here and I'll scroll down to black. To black. So copy that, paste it into our doc. And now we have to let's add in the title also. Let's add in the title. So let's add in the title so AI gets the grasp of exactly what it gets the conclusive idea of what we are talking about. So I copy that and I do the text color fixing and I did earlier. So um, I just know okay. I guess we'll leave it like that since it's not getting read. So we checked a few of his tweets as 2 tweets, one article, then we up on to his website, like I said, got contents.com, and we'll take a look at his LinkedIn also. Yeah. Okay, it is now loading. I want to check if my loom is still recording. So 57 minutes in. So let's check what the website is like. We turn SaaS and AI founders into LinkedIn authorities with done for you content and funnels. On a normal, I will take screenshots of these parts and paste it. And at the bottom, I would explain how exactly I will explain the ideas I came up with different sections of the landing page and explain the reasoning behind each of these ideas. But I do not want to do this. So I'll just explain it verbally to you guys watching me right now. So looking at this text here now, this copy to be exact, copy. We turn SaaS and AI founders into LinkedIn authorities with done for you content and funnels. This could give birth to an idea of around these studies how we turned these founders into LinkedIn authorities in 30 days. Why did I say in 30 days? No matter we help be the SaaS founder or an AI founder, there still has to be a time frame for which you accomplish the transformation they were chasing after. So I define the transformation in that idea how by saying in 30 days, it might have taken longer, it might have been 40 days, it might have been 60 days, it might have been 90 days, it might have been a whole year. But this is a hypothetical scenario I am creating so you, my viewers, can understand clearly what I am talking about and what I am doing and exactly how I'm able to come up with this strategy. So then I took how we helped. I had it how we helped this. I call it how we helped. Let me write it out so it doesn't keep changing in my head. So let me write how we helped. I think I still need to screenshot it no matter how I look at it so I don't get confused. So we take this section, we take section from the sheet S so I can screenshot this part. We take this section in this landing page. I see it. I wait for it to save now. Then I would insert it into the doc. I think I think it's done. Yeah, I think it's done. So okay, it's downloading. So once it's done, we'll move on to the doc and I would insert it. So go down here, we'll come down here, do a bit of this. Then I would insert this into the doc image. Okay, from my computer. Sorry, forgive me about forgive me. So then I would insert it here. So I've inserted the image. From just the landing page, you can come up like I said. The copy here says return SaaS and AI founders into LinkedIn authority with done for you content and funnels. And at the bottom we have this small copy that says we've helped dozens of founders become the go-to authority in their industry without taking up a ton of their time and sounding like AI. So the big copy speaks about what Logan and his team does. The small copies gives assurance that they've successfully done this for people like different proofs. Building on that proof, I said we come up with this idea how these founders become linked in authorities in 30 days. So from this, I'm able to come up with this one title. I mean, this one idea, not title to be exact. So this would speak about a framework. This title will be a breakdown of an existing framework they use to help their established customers and clientele, the already successful ones, to attain the success and transformation for which they are now currently known on LinkedIn. So this will speak about this will be a breakdown into the framework they use to achieve this okay achieve this transformation and success for their clients. So this is the rough idea of from what we got here. This looks like just one idea, but if we decide okay we want to get extremely greedy, so we have more and more content, we can just like still further dissect this idea. We can further dissect this idea I just came up with. How we help these founders. Saying how we help these founders mean you are lumping all your success stories together. That means instead of having one individual video for each case study, you're turning all your success stories into just one case study. It is good, but it will not serve you the best along the line because each of these founders have a different story to tell. They came to each at different points in their journey and it helped them attain different results. So you want to separate this. And when you do separate this, you end up with numerous video ideas. Imagine you've helped 24 founders attain a specific transformation, a specific success per each person. So that will mean you have 24 different videos. to talk about. But this is just the rough idea for which each of those 24 videos will come. So how we help this founder. So if we break that down further into each of the 24 videos, we could say something like how it could be ultra specific and say something like how we helped this how we helped this SaaS founder go from, let's say, um 400 followers to 400 followers to, let's say, 10k followers in 30 days. So if we did this for another founder on another day, let's say this same person is still a this different this new person is still a SaaS founder. We still The idea will still be the same line, but then we will just change the result we got for this person. But let's say in this case we helped this new SaaS different SaaS founder go from, let's say, $200. I mean, how we help this founder make, okay, but this this first founder is follower based, like the result we're talking about is the follower count. Let's say the next one that we're talking about, the revenue we got in a result for this person. So we could say we help this founder close 50k deals in 14 days. If we jump to another founder, let's say we still have another SaaS founder, Control V. We help this founder go from, let's say, 1,200 followers, 200 followers to maybe 15,000 followers or 20,000 followers, still in another span of 30 days, or it could even still be the same 30 days. Like these two founders would have been onboarded on the same day and their whole process would have started on the same day. You may never you can never know, but still, all in all, the whole point is we helped them get results. So let's say 15k followers in 30 days. So from this one original idea I came up with from this part of their from this part of their what should I call it? From this part of their landing page, I'm able to come up with numerous other video ideas based off of the fact that they have multiple case studies. So these are still just the ideas. If you want to come up with titles from these ideas, you still have to refine them further. There's still a lot of formats. There are still some formats you need to access and go through. My neighbor's dogs are barking. There's still a format or some format you need to go to make this title click worthy or scroll stopping worthy. So this is just going to be, no, I am not going to do that. I'm not going to turn it into a title idea. So to take a bit more time and it might not exactly be right. So let's just take these video ideas. Let's take only these video ideas. Then if we moved, let's say we want to do extra again from just the landing page. If you go further, if you watch the VSL and you copy the transcript of the VSL, just even watching the VSL, from some things you may say, you can just sit down and come up with new video ideas. That is to tell that the VSL itself can be a tool for video ideas. And if you are using AI, just copy the transcript, feed it to AI, look at everything it comes up with, look at the ones that resonate with you, cancel the ones that do not resonate with you, that do not resonate with you, and try to pronounce all my English properly. So like I said earlier, and like I keep saying, do not just take every and any idea the AI gives to you just because it is AI and it is supposed to know more than you. No, maybe yes, it is supposed to know more than you, but no. In the end, humans only buy from things from humans, and they only buy based off of emotion. So if it does not resonate with you, do not use it. Do not fuck with it. Drop it in the trash. Don't use it to ruin your life. That's simple. So okay, if we move on to this, it says here trusted by sorry trusted by 20 plus businesses across the world. Then he specified their logos and everything. You could go ultra specific into the idea, the case study idea, like I was developing earlier. how they help a particular founder go from year to year. You could just bank on this guy's credibility and say, okay, how we help this kid, this guy go from year to year, how we help this guy go from year to year, how we help this guy go from year to year. So that's new ideas. Those are new ideas just based off of the course like of the original idea we came up with from the first section of the landing page. So here it says 3,000 authority posts created, 42% increase in followers, 20 plus. Okay, this is still something along the line of the transformation type idea I came up with. 42% increase in followers. Okay, so this could be another video idea format. You could do something along the line of a LinkedIn framework that gets you a 42 that wait. Okay, I saw a video yesterday. This video by Evelyn Alta. I was looking at videos about video titles, and she said, "Give me the title was give me 8 minutes. I'll improve your titles by 81%." Or if you do something along the line of give me 15 minutes and I will increase your LinkedIn followers by 42%. Then you open into this exact framework that helps that helps founders attain 42% increase in followers. Or you could do something like the LinkedIn framework that gets you a 42% increase in followers. These are just rough ideas, hypothetical ideas I can see. These are not perfect. So this is just for you, my viewers, to understand the whole framework, the whole mindset, the whole process behind coming up with video ideas and strategy for your channel. So move on to the next section in okay, then I think that's okay. So why most founders get overlooked on LinkedIn? This would also be a good source of video of video ideas. Why most founders get overlooked on LinkedIn? There are a bunch of different reasons. He mentioned a few here. He said no recognition, your voice, you sound generic, you don't have time. Each of these itself can be turned into an individual video idea, or even more than one individual video, even more than one video idea. This one, your voice affects the impact of your growth on LinkedIn, then you provide the solution, then you sell your service based off of the information you provided. So you speak about you don't have time. You could also come up with video ideas on this part too. So you move on to the next section. I will solve this problem for you. Then you start creating content based off of the framework, like I said, frameworks and the solution you are giving to your viewers. So I will stop here. I will stop here for video ideas from um, Logan's Logan. Oh, sorry, Logan. I think I searched for him on LinkedIn. So I should be getting a suggestion from my search tab. Okay, I'm not getting a suggestion, so let's just go LinkedIn. So here we are on LinkedIn. I'm still waiting for it to load. Before you start looking at the profile picture on my LinkedIn, I feel like I'm a scammer. I am not using my face on LinkedIn. This is not my LinkedIn. My own LinkedIn is currently suspended because I am not verified. So I borrowed the LinkedIn of a friend who is actually verified on LinkedIn. So let's search for Logan. Got exactly you can see the top to search result on Logan because I already searched for him earlier. So we are going to follow a similar system here from what we did with his content on X. We copy the content on X. Yes, so we look at his post, key signals, 500 post connection. So I don't think I'll be able to use for a while. Maybe I wasn't just paying attention. I guess I wasn't paying attention because I can see he has 7,194 followers on LinkedIn here. So let's take a look at one of his tweets. I mean, one of his posts. I forgot I'm not on X. Why is it hanging like this? So let's look at this post here. We got on a form. Okay, I think it's the same thing as what he posted on X. So, but maybe the format. Okay, still the same format. Still exactly the same thing he posted on X. So I don't think I need to copy extensively from what he has on LinkedIn since that he's basically posting the same thing. Let's Look at this thing. It says about Sam Altman. It is something different. Let me see. I mean, performances comments. Okay. Sam Altman just admitted something wild. I never took the dead internet theory that seriously because but it seems like there are really a lot of LLM run accounts now. Everything looks like AI generated content. When the CEO of OpenAI says the internet is starting to feel fake, you should listen because nowhere is it more obvious than LinkedIn. Scroll for 30 seconds and you see AI post, AI comments under AI post, the same ChatGPT cadence, and the same here's the thing, the same carousel everyone built for the same point. It's so funny. We make fun of this shit on X. We're always like LinkedIn is all about yeah, LinkedIn this, LinkedIn that, and okay, we're always insulting LinkedIn guys on there. When I remember tagging him on one of them on a post when someone was roasting LinkedIn, I was like, yo, man, is this true? I was like, he just laughed about it and he just created an experience from it. But in all honesty, yeah, it's right. People are just going crazy with AI stuff, people are becoming lazy. That's one thing to look out for. Like I said, we will use AI in the process of coming up with strategy, but that does not mean we will become completely dependent on AI. You becoming completely dependent on AI will kill your channel. There's nothing you want to do about it. I have used AI myself. I used it to write tweets. I used it to write scripts sometime in the past when I was just trying to figure things out by myself. I still haven't figured everything out completely, but yes, I'm not where I was yesterday. I can see clearly than I was seeing then. Alhamdulillah. So when you use AI, you end up creating content that you do not feel for. When you put in effort into something yourself, when you see that thing, there's this sense of pride, there's this sense of belonging. You feel that resonates with you and that particular thing in question. But when you use AI, if at that moment you are using AI, I feel like, this thing is looking dope, it's looking dope. Come and look at that same thing in a week, you would hate yourself. I'm being honest with you, which is why I will tell you right now, if you need help doing sorting all these things out, you need help coming up with the perfect posting schedule for yourself, for your channel, you need help with coming up with video ideas like right strategy and everything, do not hesitate to reach out to me via email, HunnidMedia@gmail.com. You'll find my email in the descriptions. And if you feel you cannot send an email is too much, you can check me out on X, and you can also reach out to me on DMs on X. Let's see how we can make this work for you. So if you take a look at this, which is exactly why the opportunity has never been bigger. Most founders are starting to sound identical because most of them have handed the writing over to a bot. From decision makers can be exhausted from reading slop. The AI who in over the next few years are the ones who write from what they saw building the business, not from a prompt, hold a clear point of view and say it out loud, share the messy lesson, not just the highlight reel, sound unmistakably like themselves. Okay, I feel like yeah, we can create a video idea from this. So I will copy this. I will not be doing this by myself. I will paste this into AI and we will start deleting, like they say, less is more. We'll start deleting the ones that sound like rubbish and keeping just the few that really make sense. So I will copy this now. So let's dump this here. So let's go back to the top from take it back from the top. Sorry. Okay, so we identified problems originally, lacking consistent posting schedule, terrible video ideas, thumbnails, subtitles, so so we are currently working on the solution now. We have figured out we've helped you figure out the post schedule, how and I've told you exactly how you can find the right posting schedule for yourself. Then we moved on to researching video ideas, which is what we're currently working on. So we've sourced we've looked for all the resources based on the fact that I do not have direct connection to Logan and I'm just trying to like come up with video ideas based on what he has put out there. But you for yourself, you know you have infinite resources. So take those resources and put it to use like I have specified. So with video ideas based off of these tweets. So I will start with this. I will tell I feel I should I will on a norm if I was doing this myself, I would not post all these tweets into upload all at once. But since I'm trying to save us time here, I'll post everything. I hope it's sensible enough not to jam pack everything, like not to mix everything up. I don't know if there's a word called jam pack. If there's a real word called jam pack, but growing up in Nigeria, we have a lot of words that I'm not sure if they are real or not. So I am in yes, I'm going into club now. Club. Let me copy all this that you currently have. Mm. So, going to see. We are still waiting for club. Uh, Nigeria is in China. Sorry about that. So, so, so I'm going to use an existing chat that I've been using for a while. So it's a chat I use most of the time when I'm dealing with my business problems. So I started asking me, how can I actually open my chat for me? What's wrong with this file? Okay, so I I want you to come. There's no magic thing about coming up with prompts. Just think of what you want and just tell it to AI. There's nothing dramatic to think about when it comes with prompts. So I want you to come up with video ideas as many as you can based off of some tips I am going paste to you. Simple. Now I wait for its response, then I paste it in. Okay, so yeah, we have close go ahead. So I pasted everything on our phones. Now we wait. We paste it. Then we wait. It still come up with a lot of nonsense sometimes. Impossible strategy. So we have how many ideas in total? Wow, that's 75 video ideas in total just from those tweets. So that's what we do. I want to pick the five that resonate with me first and the most. So let's start from the top. So while your LinkedIn post dies in the first 60 minutes, one thing you'll notice is ideas and titles tend to look similar at times. You could go on YouTube and use this as a title while you're LinkedIn. You could use it as a video title, but I'm not certain it to perform this. So one thing you need to do is take an idea, if it resonates with you, then you find it after you've done it, after you record it, you find it, it's based off of what is currently working in the niche. That is, you go and look at how your competitor represents this particular information or a similar information, then you use it to come up with titles. So, like I said, don't just take AI's word for it because it is AI. You still need to think critically and actually judge whatever output it gives you. So fire LinkedIn post guys in the first 16 minutes of stop it. It's still window that decides if your LinkedIn, okay, I think the 60 minutes window that decides if your LinkedIn post flops or viral. I will still further refine this, like I said. So I'm taking that one as the first one that is resonating with me. So I'm not sure we even need to go into this LinkedIn, the LinkedIn text to generate video about text. Let's see how this goes. So ideas for and will be as the first one. So one, hold on. Oh, sorry, we are on Claude. I reply to every comment in the first 1 hour. Here's what to do to my reach. Why I stopped posting twice a week on LinkedIn and what happened next. The exact content makes the account LinkedIn follow as into paying clients. So this one resonates with me. It sounds like exactly what my viewers would want to know. My viewers don't just want to know anything, they want to know, like, not my own viewers, like his viewers don't just want to know anything, they want to know what would be useful to them. And most of the time, what is useful to most people is whatever converts what they currently have into cash. That is what is useful to most people. So that's the exact content mix. So two exact content mix that turns players into paying clients. Backlog. I batch all my LinkedIn content into our remember using system. Why your LinkedIn how to post it like it's already. The LinkedIn funnel nobody talks about. Yeah, it's dope. It's this one. I'll take this one to just it will still be further refined. It's still then nobody talks about it. Common format on YouTube. Like, but then in this case, to further refine this, I would include a specific result. The LinkedIn funnel nobody talks about. Nobody talks about it. Why? Why did they don't talk about it? You just said nobody talks about it, and there's definitely no reason for them to talk about it if it is not doing anything. So they're not going to talk about it. So I would further define this to be the LinkedIn funnel that made me 100K that nobody talks about. It is clear that it is useful, it is making money, it is doing something, but people are not just talking about it. The fact that it is doing something and nobody's talking about it would spark curiosity in the viewer's mind to be like, yo, why isn't anyone talking about something that is this useful? So you need to make selection based off of things that you feel and know your viewers will respond to, and you pick what AI gives you based off of the ones you feel you can refine to convert to exactly the one that your viewers will respond to. So I'm also sticking this in. So let's go back to I will skip on that. So let's move on to the from winging it. On the winging it found out it was getting 5 sales calls a week on LinkedIn and had no idea why it would stop. The most biggest LinkedIn mistake founders make when things are working. This seems like it could work, but I am not exactly certain about it. Let me give you a thought. The most dangerous link. Okay, when things are working, mistake founders make when okay, this one could work. We need to shorten it down to because it's book title. So it is clear that everyone is a victim to everyone can be a victim to success. Like when things are working out, some people tend to most people tend to relax. They feel like it will keep going that way, and because of that, they make a lot of mistakes that eventually ruin them. So we want to speak into this. Like we want to do this. Like then we can use this to present. This guy can use this to present a framework that ensures things keep going the way we want them to go, or things keep going the way it currently is. So let's stop this in taking that. So then is link why why winging it? No, why winging it on LinkedIn is not is a silence and made in almost 30 years. Why? From left versus the system made no the founder trap or why LinkedIn your best thing is your biggest running sign. A repeatable angle fits the creative virtue of this maker. Now, why your LinkedIn content looks with it like out to bottom. The profile. Uh, Not a bad idea, but I feel like the video will be extremely short. What could you talk about about creating a profile for LinkedIn? And there may be a better angle from what is currently in my head, but I am not interested in looking at it right now. So I'll take a look at another idea. How to turn 100K impression into. I feel like this is a good angle. How to turn a specific amount of impression LinkedIn post into actual revenue, but the 100K looks like too much. It makes the scroller feel like they will get overwhelmed because at the end of this video, there's nothing you want to tell me. This guy is going to eventually put his service to you. What if you're someone that cannot afford the service? Do you mean to tell me I have to keep pushing and waiting until one of my posts gets 100K impressions before I can make actual money from it? No. So in this case, this is a good idea, but then we need to make adjustments to the numbers. So I will take this as the fifth idea. We will work with, then we work on refining each of these ideas into idea video worthy ideas. So let's start with the 60 minutes window that decides if your LinkedIn post flops or viral. We want to create an idea based off of this. The 60 minutes window that decides if your idea, if your LinkedIn post flops or goes viral. I feel like the 60 minutes is excessive. The 60 minutes I feel like is excessive. So let's cut it down to like I would say like a hook star. Let's say the 5 minutes window. Let's cut it down something like the five window that decides your LinkedIn post goes viral. So if you take a look at this, I find this the 60 minutes window, it could feel overwhelming. 60 minutes is a whole 1 hour. So do you mean to tell me after I make a post on LinkedIn, I still have to sit down with the post for the next 1 hour? No, nobody has that 1 hour to spare. So the best thing to do is like 5 minutes window. That means like it's like a 5 minute like a quick act I can do to ensure that my tweet goes viral. Then I remove post flops or goes viral. No, flops it seems excessive. Flops, one thing that concerns most people is the fact that the success, so the only thing they care about is it's going viral. So just I deleted the option of flops. So I came down to the 5 minute window that decides if your LinkedIn post goes viral. This is still just an idea. It will still be better refined after you create, still be refined after recording, editing, thumbnail, and every other thing. It will still be input to eventually like become the best title it can be, and from this you can create like various options for A/B testing, so it doesn't seem like you're just placing all your eggs in one basket and hoping just that okay well, just this title will definitely work. If it does not work, you need to have a backup. This let me bolden this. Uh, so let's move on to the next one. The exact content mix that comes when paying LinkedIn followers into paying clients. So it is understandable that for personal brands, even YouTube channels, there are different types of content you can post. There is a value videos, there's educational videos, there are different types of videos. But each of them needs to be maintained in a specific ratio to ensure that your channel or your profile stays relevant for the purpose for which you created it. In this case, these guys, ICPs, they are creating their LinkedIn profiles to get clients, to get deals, to get leads and everything. So you want to make different type of content to appeal to different types of audience that exists in your ICP or that exists in the TAM, which is the total addressable market of your niche. So maybe you're making educational content, maybe you're making entertaining content, maybe you're making value content, maybe you're making mindset content. This idea would be something around, it should be made around along something along the line of, okay, this is how many videos, entertaining videos you should make, this is how many value videos you should make, this is how many educational videos you should make. So from this, I think I can come up with a straight title, something like the three content types that turn your LinkedIn followers into paying clients. So you don't want to, the original idea is big, but then you want your title to be specific, very, very specific as much as possible without giving away the whole story. So I said the three content types, meaning you are letting the scholar, yeah, let's call it the scholar, the person scrolling, know that okay, there are three content types, and the fact that you say three content types will make them feel like okay, by watching this video, I would get, I will know what these are, and I will understand how to arrange them right to ensure that my followers turn into paying clients. This, like I said, this is just all a hypothetical scenario and may not be the exact perfect idea I come up with, perfect title I come up with when I do sit down and I'm interested in like locking the particular video in. So that's just a roughly what this then this is just like further refining and everything. So as refining the original idea in a way that you can systematically break it into a framework and explain it in detail without seeming like you're speaking gibberish and speaking vaguely to your viewer to your viewers. So I believe that the LinkedIn funnel nobody talks about. I was actually happy to see this because it seemed like something easy I can just like refine. So the LinkedIn funnel nobody talks about. The LinkedIn funnel nobody talks about. The LinkedIn funnel nobody talks about. Like I said, they're not giving people a reason to want to click on this based on the fact that they say the LinkedIn funnel nobody talks about. There needs to be a specific goal, a specific result this funnel is accomplishing. Most of the time, when people are not trying to talk about something or they're not trying to say something about something, it's usually because that thing is bad or they have a negative experience with that thing. So you want to take advantage of this and turn the table against this your viewers. Give them a reason why they would want to talk about this funnel even when they shouldn't talk about this funnel. So by further refining this, I'll say okay, the LinkedIn funnel, okay, $100,000, the 100K LinkedIn funnel. Nobody talks about. So now is this is a fucking perfect title. I am proud to tell you this is a fucking perfect title. So look at this title, the 100K LinkedIn funnel everybody talks about. It is clear there is a specific goal defined here, the 100,000 specific incentive defined here. $100,000 is the incentive. Like the person scrolling about it. This LinkedIn funnel gets you 100K, but nobody's talking about it. Get them to wonder why nobody's talking about it. Then this is feel like they would feel like okay, this is something I may not know about. It is making $100,000, but nobody's talking about it. I definitely need to see what it is talking about to get. So this is a perfect example of a title. So the whole video idea we made around this, giving detail into our the top, the middle, the bottom of the funnel, like like plug specify top, middle, bottom, like top, sorry, top, middle, and bottom of it. So let's move on to the fourth idea. The most dangerous LinkedIn mistake founders make when things are working. the most dangerous LinkedIn mistake. Like I was saying exactly, like when things are going well, we tend to regress and from where things start falling apart. The most dangerous LinkedIn mistake founders make when things are working. The most dangerous LinkedIn mistake founders make when things are working. Hmm. I'm not sure I can come up with something, but let's see. Okay, let's do something like this the mistake that cost this founder 1 million links in the so this title, this idea is vague. Let's not call it that. I keep mixing the two up. It's vague because it says the mistake that caused this SaaS founder $1 million LinkedIn deal because it is not clear that this founder was exactly successful before then he almost got more successful then he made a mistake that caused him to lose that particular deal that might have cost him his success. So well I feel like it will still be better, but in the case it cannot be made any better than it is right now. Like in case I cannot make it any better than it is right now, I would paint a story like I'll make this paint a story about like from the intro how he found if this founder was seen attaining and height of success by doing these particular things. He was doing all this the list of things right, and he was seeing success. Then when he hit this particular threshold of success, then he started doing all this bunch of things that were wrong. Then a deal came to him, and because of those wrong things he had been doing after he attained this, the success he attained originally, then that deal fell through. Something along the line of that. Sometimes the title might not exactly be perfect, but then you need to back it up with the story and the script. This story that the script tells. So let's take a look at the last fight to the video idea. How 100K was so like I said, the 100K impression is too much. Not everybody might be able to afford the service, and though for those that afford the service, yes, it is a given. You must at least one of their posts or their work with you must go viral, maybe get a 100K impression or something. So you want to appeal to the audience here. I think them okay. How to turn by going for the list here. How to turn a 1K impression LinkedIn post into actual revenue. So for those that feel like they might not be able to afford, how do I say this? I mean, they might not be able to afford your service to get up to 100K impression. If you put something like this, turn a 1K impression into actual revenue. Getting a 1K impression post is way easier than going to the 100K impressions. These guys might not pay me, but let's say these guys eventually are able to convert from their 1K impressions, they would come into the DM, into this, into the dance there and tell them, okay, the advice you put out there helped me do this from this step. You could actually even use that as a case study to build his own credibility on the fact that okay, the advice I'm giving is so valuable that dude still even have to work with me to gain results for himself. So future prospects see this are like okay, it was just even his advice that got this dude from year to year. So that's that for coming up with ideas. I don't think we need to go back to this LinkedIn tweet and trying to come up with ideas from the LinkedIn tweet. You've seen exactly how you can apply AI and use it to come up with images, video, ideas from your existing content from the existing resources you currently possess. So let's go back to the top of list of the doc and see exactly where we are. So the first thing we did was identify the current problems with this channel. We saw that he lacks a consistent posting schedule, he has terrible video ideas, his thumbnails suck, and his titles suck. So the first solution we offered was to figure out a posting schedule that works for him. In this case, that works for you or your own client. If you're a business owner that is looking to start YouTube for themselves, and if you feel like you still cannot figure it out yourself, do not forget you can reach out to me and I'll help you figure that out. My email is in the descriptions, and you can also reach out to me via XDM. So after we figured that out, took a look around at his video ideas. His video ideas sucked. And I told you, you currently as a business owner, if you're looking to start this yourself, you have all the resources you need. You don't need to jump and start copying what is happening in your niche immediately. No, you have existing resources you can put to use to bring a fresh and new angle to the market. You need people who are getting exhausted of saying the same thing. So this taking advantage of what you possess yourself is that how should I call it? Is the head start you need to take over the market. So after taking use or making use of what you have, look at how you introduce this to your prospect. Like how do you introduce your framework to your prospect? There you can find numerous video ideas from the old from your framework idea and all these kind of things. So then you figure out your being cautious of I was talking about being cautious of the video idea resources you process. If you're using your framework, your prospect, figuring out your prospect bottleneck, then further breaking down those bottlenecks into atoms, molecules, whatever you want to call it. This is not a chemistry class, but you get the whole idea. Then you research your competitors in your niche to see how you would present, how your competitors are currently presenting, what's their packaging looking like, what's their titles looking like, what's their editing looking like, so you can take your own resources and frame it in a way that is acceptable to total addressable market. So I showed you how to get ideas from tweets, with your tweets. If you are all kind of different. So yeah. Okay, how I can get ideas from tweets. How you can get ideas from tweets, from your own tweets. So copy tweets that make sense. Sit down, look at the video ideas you can come up with. After you do that, paste it into AI. Let it give you all it can give you. Cut does not resonate with you. Take what resonates with you. Once you pick what resonates with you, further refine it and make a video idea. Write your hook, write your scripts, whatever it is you want to write about it. And okay, if you also need help coming up with hooks and writing scripts for your video ideas, I also offer video um, script writing services. You can also consult with me on that via email and XDM or XDM. So after you're done with that, one thing to not forget is the fact that your landing page is, like I said earlier, a unique pool of ideas, resource, of video ideas, a unique pool of video ideas that belong to you only. No one has the same landing page as you. No one arranges their thoughts in the landing page the way you arrange your thoughts in the landing page. So it is your never overlook your landing page. It is a pool of video idea waiting to be tapped. So I guess that's that on coming up with strategies, like the right strategy for your content, for your channel. I know I spoke about having terrible thumbnails and titles. We've already looked into the title problem up to an extent. I've given a little bit of explanation on how you have to refine your idea and further refine your ideas until you come up with a perfect title that can even been going as far as comparing it with that of successful competitors in your niche to see if it will work and providing numerous title samples for possibly A/B testing. But then in the case of the thumbnails are soft, I will not be doing much on that because coming up with an original strategy does not really involve thumbnail. The core concept, the core aspect of coming up with strategy is figuring out the posting schedule and having verifiable video ideas. From those verifiable video ideas, then you can choose to come, you can come with your right thumbnails and the rest, like video editing, do not include do not include coming up with the initial strategy for your channel. You might look at formats in which you want to present, but I think the most common format you present this kind of thing is talking of style, show your face to camera, don't be shy. You might not be perfect in the first few takes, but then uh, practice makes perfect, like you said. So that's that. I wonder how many minutes we've done so far in this video. I want to believe you find this video helpful. Whatever you think of the video, check your thoughts in the comments. And do not mind that my talk is extremely rough. I will still drop the doc in the description just as it is. So you can take a look at the doc yourself and see where maybe there's something you are missing or there's something you're trying to understand. I'll make it available in the description for you to download. So that's that on this video. Peace.